All right.
All right.
So we've talked a little bit about this just like offhand, but it's good to get the full picture right now. What right now in your town and anything else you've heard outside of your town, what's happening in Haiti with the pandemic?
Yeah, such a beautiful question. Thank you. Um, Let me tell you, with 60 ventilators for a population of 11 million people,
60.
yeah, 11 million people, yeah, sure. Haiti is the most vulnerable country in the America faced to the coronavirus. And more than this, like essentially, we are not prepared. The government is not prepared. The population is not prepared. We are not prepared for the pandemic. What happened with the pandemic? How people here in Haiti understand the pandemic? It's very tricky because here most of the population thinks that the coronavirus, the pandemic, is a political affair. It's a political issue.
And that's most people, not just some people?
Most of the population understand this way.
Oh.
So the government, the president of Haiti, the prime minister has asked, they have to take like lower to say, okay, to say the churches, other groups like Lala groups and schools to do not function, but a lot of people they function. And the markets, the public market, I don't know if you ever had the opportunity to visit a public market in Haiti.
I have, yeah.
Everybody, they continue to do their daily activities.
Mm-hmm.
But in the other hand, there is some company, some organization, they respect the advices of the government and of the health of the health part of Haiti. But they respect the social distancing. They follow the rules for what I can say. But for most of the population, they think that is a political affair. Like the government just want to get more money, and it's something like politics.
So
like,
most people don't believe in the companies then either.
No, yeah, exactly. Most don't. So they just keep doing their activities, and like they don't care. And more than this, like this part is a government issue. Like even the government say, okay, you need to stay home, but they don't provide enough support, like to like money or other things like to support the population.
Because most Haitians can't afford to stay home for anything.
Exactly. So Haiti, most of the population they live there like daily. That means they need to go to the market to do some stuff, or they need to take the street to do some stuff to find some money to feed their children, their family. So when you ask them to stay home, that means you blocked all their activities. So they don't want to.
So do you know if there are any confirmed cases in Haiti yet?
Yes, there is.
Oh.
There is. We have about 53 now, and there is 3 deaths so far.
Do you know where? Is it in
There is a lot in Port-au-Prince, in Delma, particularly in Delma and Pétionville. There is one case in Central Plateau. There is in other departments southeast. In Jacmel. Yeah, I don't remember all where exactly, but there is case.
Okay.
We officially we have about 50 and continue, but some we think there is more because the government doesn't have enough tests. Like they don't have They don't test enough people to know exactly what is the amount.
Yeah. So most communities wouldn't know if they're at risk until it's widespread.
That's the question.
So without testing, most communities wouldn't know if they're at risk until they already have it.
Can you? Yeah.
You know, like
Mm-hmm.
in the US, there's like
Sure.
live maps where you can see where in the nation that has tested positive, and you can,
Okay. Okay.
but in Haiti, there's really no. Even if people did trust the government information with for the pandemic, they they wouldn't be able to know how at risk they are until the virus is already in their community.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. So here, I mean, that's that's just disappointing. I mean, the Haitians are already at risk for so many factors, and
A lot of
when
factors.
they just don't. Well, I can tell you how it is over here. Um, in my community, there's actually been a very good effort to quarantine. The Monterey County issued a shelter-in-place order in March, and it should be good until May 5th, and
Okay.
they may extend it further. Most of the cases were in Northern California, the Bay Area, um, and I'm lucky enough to live in a in a naturally isolated place already. So I don't know of any cases that are in my town,
Okay.
but there are a handful in my county, so we still have to be careful.
Okay. So I have a question. So how do people in America, like, how do they understand the pandemic? What is the conception here?
Um, Most people are accepting of the risks. Like it's a they understand it as a major phenomenon that's hasn't happened in decades, and they more or less go along with the local and federal orders. I mean, the the counties, like the state governments, they issued their own shelter in place orders, but more recently has the federal government issued its own recommendations.
Okay.
Basically, the entire country is still shut down. Um, Travel is suspended, immigration is suspended, and all non-essential businesses are closed. So most people go along with it. There's still some that will go out just because they either don't care or they don't think it's that important. You know, kids, there's mostly kids, some adults. Um, and there's a growing number of people who are advocating for the release of lockdown because it's so damaging to people's livelihoods if they can't go out and make money, and businesses are closing or going out of business one by one. So there's a lot of people who think that the risk is exaggerated and it would just be much better to open up now. But that's
Oh,
by no means the majority.
okay.
As for school, well, every school shut down in March, as far as I know. They kind of all closed within a week or two of each other.
Okay.
Um, and I know I'm not having school until next year.
Oh,
Mine is online school only until my senior year, and that's another thing that's a problem. We get to have online school, right? Most kids in Haiti, that
yeah.
it's just school or no school. So, what is happening in Haiti with schools? Are most schools
Yeah, yeah. For the moment, the government stopped the schools.
okay?
Yeah, the government stopped the schools, and we don't have a date for the. We don't have a opening date. That
Oh,
means we don't know. We don't know when kids will be back to school.
does Haiti work on the same semester system? Like, do they end in June and start in August, or do they go throughout the summer?
If they drop to summer, like if they will open in summer,
Are Haitian schools normally open in summer?
no, we don't open in summer. Like in Haiti, we school the school year is done sometimes in the middle of June.
That's
And after
that's when the school
kids,
year ends.
exactly, they go to vacations, and after they will back in school in September.
Okay.
Yeah. So but due of the coronavirus, the state decision was close all school to avoid the spread of the pandemic.
Do you know if parents are happy about that, or like what's the well, I imagine it must be like there must be a lot of unrest when parents try to get their kids to school and they don't believe in the pandemic.
Exactly. So before the pandemic, Haiti faced a lot of difficult moment. So like I remember last year in September, October, November, we had a lot of civil unrest.
Yeah.
Yeah, what we call in Haiti pays lock. This is like a lockdown. So when the country is locked down, you can't go anywhere. You stay at home like it is what happening now. So it was not the government but the opposition, and they say, okay, stay to your home. So the country is locked down now. Even if you need to buy things, you cannot go out, you cannot run out with your car. So kids
So
cannot go to school too. This is the worst for us because the kids, they have lost September, October, November, and December is a party month. That means from December 15, almost no school because everybody are preparing for Christmas. So after in January, after this, so when they were back to school, and after some weeks in February, it was the pandemic. That means it is a totally lost year for kids in Haiti. Really, really lost year.
yeah.
It's very hard, and Haiti is not prepared yet for online courses. Some school do, but most of the schools don't have the infrastructure to teach online. So that's so hard.
Yeah. So, are there any plans to do school like over the summer or repeat the year or make up for that lost time somehow?
Until now, we have we don't have any information from the government about this school year. Only that I have heard that the Minister of Education, they have taken decision to say that kids in primary school from 1 grade, second grade, and third grade, they will automatically move to the next class. You understand? And
Yeah.
that I consider sincerely as a real mess because lockdown and coronavirus now, the kids they don't learn anything about the program, how they can move. I think they should. Otherwise, in the other hand, plan for another decision, but not this. And more than this, what they will do for the other kids, that for the other students, that doesn't make sense.
So
For me, sincerely.
they're gonna graduate without learning the grade.
Yes, it's that at all. It's that at all. That means you learn anything and then you graduate.
That might make it hard as they go into the later grades if they missed what they needed.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly. And so far for this part, we can say that Haiti, we had faced a lot of difficult moments even before the coronavirus. Now with the coronavirus, and then now we are the most vulnerable nation in the America faced to this coronavirus.
So, do you know anything specific about the schools that we've partnered with? Are they gonna continue schooling anytime soon, or is the story the same for all of the schools that you've made connections with?
Yeah, for the schools, most of our core schools, they are in the fourth section of Hinge. That means they are not in the city. Even if during the lockdown period, they have continued their program.
Okay, so
yeah, because they are in the countryside, so there is no possibility that people, the protesters, like the opposition or protesters, can avoid them to go to school. Because this part, maybe sometimes I ask myself if the government knows the existence of this area, because they don't care about people living in these areas. Yeah. So that means there's kids. Yeah. Give me a minute. That means there's kids didn't lose September, October, and November. So, but now due to the pandemic and the leader, like the principals of the schools, they suspend by respecting the order of the government, and that's so good. They cannot continue to school, like to put kids in risk.
But at least they're a little ahead of the other schools.
Exactly. That mean there is, the kids have learned something for the school year at all.
So, in your own words, and it doesn't have to be big or grandiose, but in your own words, what do you think our project will do for these kids once we deploy?
Yeah. First of all, I need to explain that for everybody, and I want everybody to understand it, about like the inequality that these kids have faced. So, last time we had a survey. It was about 300 kids questioned, and only 3 of them knew about computer. And by this program, by this mobile app, by Krik Krak Computer Project, it will be a very good opportunity for kids to be updated, like to learn the computer literacy and the information literacy. This world is moving forward, and it's a great job we are doing, and we will prepare these kids for the future. And if there is another pandemic, I think it will be great now if the government, if Haiti had all its kids prepared basically in computer, so the government could use their potential, their knowledge to think about an online system to continue the school year, face the coronavirus pandemic. But essentially, it's not possible because the kids, they know nothing about a lot of kids, I can say, like in the rural area, mostly in the rural area in Haiti, they don't have any idea about technology. They don't have any idea about going to the internet, how they will be able to follow course online. So with Krik Krak, this is this good opportunity will offer by these kids. They don't have voice. Krik Krak will be their voice. We will bring the technology to them, and where when they are when and I'm sure in 2 years, if there is another pandemic, our core school, they will be able to follow course online.
Yeah.
This is, yeah, I'm sure that.
That's awesome.
I'm sure. These kids will have the basic and computer and information literacy. They will get connected. We'll get them connected to the internet.
That's just awesome.
Yes.
The one way I thought about it, I actually wrote an English paper about this for my school. Technology is changing, and the rate at which it's changing is increasing. So, like, there's going to be a tech explosion, but right now that's only in the developed countries. So, if the later it gets without this digital divide being prepared, the worse it's going to be, because in one decade, 2 decades, 3 decades, the developed world, countries with access to all these resources are going to be so incredibly far beyond the rest of the world that it's just going to seem more and more hopeless to try and fix it. So that's why the sooner action is always the best action. And I mean,
yeah, exactly.
I think that's just, I mean, this is the best I can do. It's the best we can do.
Yeah.
That's all we can ask.
Yeah. Very so wonderful.
So the plan as it stands is we're not going to deploy anything without the government's permission, because that would just cause, besides being immoral, that would just be cause a lot of problems. The actual pandemic wave hasn't really hit Haiti yet, but it's likely that it will. And based on projections from other countries, that could be like May or June. So the whole summer may be out of the question. But as soon as the government gives the okay for travel and gathering, then we'll deploy to the first group of schools that you make connections with, assuming that they're still operational. And because everything's going to be in so much disarray, we can't really expect a full curriculum run through at that point. We have to. It's going to be more like a small scale test, and there's going to be plenty of issues, and we're going to have to work through all of them at that point. But hopefully, by the end of, through next school year, we will work out the problems so that it can become a curriculum once school gets started back up again. I have the 16 laptops here. It's 15 for the lab, but I managed to grab a group of 6, so that made it, we have 1 extra for redundancy.
Very good.
I'm doing some work on them. Not all of them came with parts, so I have to install some of the parts myself, but that should be ready soon. The internet in a box is mostly ready to go. We just have to find the right content, and we have to make a curriculum. But based on what we're seeing right now, we're going to have plenty of time for that. We're going to have months.
Perfect. Wonderful.
So are there any questions you had or last comments about our plan as it stands?
Yeah. The question is, I have, if the governments like the U.S. government allows travel, so will you be ready to come in July?
I sure could. If I could bring the laptops myself, that would be pretty cool. We'll just have to see. I'd love to.
Okay, cool.
I've only been to St. Andre's school to get to see the other schools that we're working with.
Yeah, sure.
At least get on the ground. That would be nice. So I'll let you know.
All right. Perfect.
Anything else?
Nothing else.
All right. Thanks so much for coming on with me, Jim.
Thank you so much, buddy.
All right.
It was a great pleasure to talk to you, and I think for this project, it is more than important to do it. Yeah, and we will. One thing I forget to tell you for the pandemic, like there is a problem like in the pandemic when people don't have enough access to informations. So a lot of people could understand it better if they could like check out what's happening to the world, what happening in Italy and US and Spain and French. So lack of access to informations. So like lead people sometimes into ignorance. Understand?
So much of the world right now is just information. Like I feel like I'm a connected part of my world because of the internet, even though I can't leave my house at all except for work. So that's absolutely right.
Exactly. So like that means I just want to let you realize that how important it is, like when we are doing a mobile lab, and the mobile lab for the first 6 months, we will have the opportunity to impact about 700 kids. So that will be a very good amount. And when we will continue in the future, it will be a lot of kids that will be able to get connected.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brody.
Well, thank you, Jim.
Stay safe. Take care of yourself.
You better do the same.
Yeah, thank you. All right.
Have a great day. I'll send you the recording of this meeting. And
thank you. All right.
But yeah.
Waiting for it.
Stay safe.
Bye.